The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is Saturday's News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, Cardinal Ribat declares emergency, family of deceased demands investigation, and rigor rise kicks off. Papua New Guinea faces a declared HIV crisis and silence is no longer an option. That was the warning from Cardinal Sir John Ribat on Friday, November 28th during a media conference by the Christian Leaders Alliance on HIV and AIDS at the Archdiocese of Port Moresby in Boroko just days before World AIDS Day.
Cardinal Sir John Ribat said that rising HIV infections, drug shortages, and weakened health systems threatening the nation's future. Every day, new infections occur. Infants are still being born with HIV. This is not something we can ignore, he stressed.
For a decade, the government, the communities here went silent. There was no awareness. And now we are seeing the result. Thinking that HIV is gone, but now we are seeing it has come back. But one of the saying, during the time we were addressing HIV and AIDS, it was said already that HIV AIDS came and it will stay with us. Will never leave us. As long as we live, this virus is in us. It's not that it went to animals and so on. No, it came to us. Maybe it came from animal to us, but it remains in us. And we have our understanding, wisdom, and let us use them to make sure that this increase does not come back, because it is really serious. And to have an infected population of our nation who is HIV and AIDS, what do we do?
Churches and rural health facilities report shortages of basic medicines, leaving people living with HIV vulnerable. International funding cuts have destabilized key programs, while national coordination remains quiet and ineffective. Despite progress, 20,800 people on antiretroviral therapy and 3,400 infant infections prevented. New HIV cases continue daily, including in prisons and rural areas.
It's really a serious matter, and especially with children born with HIV and AIDS, the virus, that is very serious. Therefore, let us act, both government, churches, and all communities, individuals, all of us. It is a responsible call, and when it comes back, it is a message to all of us. Let's be open. Let's be ready. And ask questions, as individuals ask questions, how can I contribute, not the community, but how can individuals contribute to make this increase reduce?
This is a national emergency. We need everyone, government, partners, families, and communities to stand together. Silence is no longer an option, Cardinal Ribat declared. Giovanna Violet, TVWAN News.
The Climate Change and Development Authority Board emphasized that wastewater comes in different forms and is a health hazard. With the technical support from the Republic of Korea through the Global Green Growth Institute, discussions are underway to address the waste management in Papua New Guinea. The CCDA Board Chairman, Ronald Maketa, has acknowledged this support.
The chairman of CCDA, Ronald Maketa, acknowledged the presence and technical assistance of the Republic of Korea through the embassy, thanking the ambassador, Jong Ho Choi, and his officials as investors, as well as the Global Green Growth Institute.
Now, before we go out as a country to promote investors to come in and invest in PNG, we got to have the critical enabling infrastructure and the key component, the connectivity and the utilities, power, water, sewage, waste management. Are we ready to host and bring in investors? How do we de-risk and provide the enabling infrastructure so that when the investors come in with their dollars to invest, there's return on investment?
He said the challenge is when investors come to our country and look at the infrastructure and connectivity, they say that's additional cost to the business. And it is fitting that we are addressing some of those challenges we are having in the country, such as this seminar. As the newly elected chairman of the Pacific senior energy officials mentioned that they were in Fiji recently, discussing some of the challenges faced in the Pacific, which are similar across the region. He adds that we must stop relying on lessons learned from Africa, Asia and elsewhere and address the challenges ourselves. He said although there are challenges in the provinces that need solutions, he said there is not enough funding support to meet those needs.
Liquid waste is no longer a peripheral environmental concern. It is a central development challenge with direct implications for public health, water security, climate resilience, and sustainable economic growth. Across PNG, untreated wastewater from households, industries, agriculture, and extractive operations is contaminating rivers, wetlands, and coastal ecosystems. And I must remind you, PNG hosts 2% of the world's freshwater body in the world.
Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
The ICT department has successfully concluded its week-long 2025 annual Digital Transformation Summit, which ended on Thursday, November 27th. The event drew more than 1,300 registered participants from the corporate sector, information technology industry, and government agencies. The event is the second largest summit hosted in 2025, bringing together key national and international stakeholders to explore how emerging technologies, particularly artificial intelligence, digital identification systems, and role of government interoperability will shape Papua New Guinea's development course over the next 50 years. DICT Secretary Stephen Matainaho, who has been spearheading much of the government's digital transformation agenda, thanked partners and attendees for their commitment and contributions.
Let me just say this, that today I got the updated figure from our team, and we surpassed 1,300 unique registered participants. So this is a big leap for us, an indicator and a good indicator of the interest in the space of ICT in Papua New Guinea.
Australia has strengthened Papua New Guinea's efforts to protect its vast maritime space by delivering specialized maritime intelligence and targeting training in Port Moresby from November 17th to 28th. The program, led by expert trainers from Australian Border Force, threw together officers from PNG's key maritime border and regulatory agencies. PNG oversees one of Pacific's largest exclusive economic zones, but its size makes it difficult to monitor. Illegal activities such as piracy, smuggling, and illegal unreported and unregulated fishing continues to threaten communities, livelihoods, and national security. The training aims to improve PNG's ability to detect, track, and respond to these threats. TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
We've been traveling along this road together for over 50 years. Ella Motors acknowledges the visionaries and hard work that have been the driving strength to continued nation building. We live, prosper, sustainably grow with the community, whilst developing quality mobility chains, aspiring to be your first choice on every occasion. Ella Motors, celebrating with Papua New Guinea throughout our independence golden jubilee.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldspot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Goldspot.
Cold Power Citrus Blast uses stain-fighting active particles to remove dirt, grease and stains from your family's washing with less scrubbing and rubbing, reducing wear and tear and saving you time. Cold Power Citrus Blast has an amazing citrus fragrance that gives that extra freshness that will last all day long.
Thanks for staying with us. The maternal family of late Josepha Nuwan, who lost her life in a tragic fire incident in Mount Hagen recently while on holiday with a friend, has expressed concern on lack of urgency by police and Western Highlands political leaders to establish facts surrounding the tragedy. Christopher Jaminan, the maternal uncle of late Josepha, today demanded that the police in Western Highlands province must do a thorough investigation into this tragedy, although 6 suspects were apprehended and questioned. The death of Josepha Nuwan and her friend Tabitha Thomas in Mount Hagen 2 weeks ago raised a lot of questions about the nature of the deaths and the police investigation process into this tragedy. Relatives of deceased have demanded that thorough investigations must be carried out, even though 6 suspects have already been apprehended and questioned. Christopher Jaminan, the maternal uncle of late Josepha, is surprised about the lack of urgency from the police and the silence of the political leaders in Western Highlands. He expressed frustration in the way the situation has been handled.
Now, this death did not occur in some wild place, some isolated area. It occurred right in Mount Hagen City, the 3rd city of Papua New Guinea. And we are informed that it occurred within the jurisdiction, political jurisdiction of the governor of Western Highlands Province, Wairap, Honorable Duma, senior minister in cabinet and in parliament. Where were the neighbors? Where was the community? Where was the fire service? And it's been a week now, and no political leader from Western Highlands came out to say anything constructive or substantive. This is unacceptable. We cannot be vocal about issues of monetary value and forget about issues of humanity.
Christopher said the police have dismissed the claim of rape, but there must be a good explanation on the incident, supported by evidence. He added that their daughter's life was cut short, who wanted to experience different parts of PNG during her holiday.
We, the family of Josepha, would ask for thorough investigation. We don't know the truth yet. But too often, such tragic killings occur. Too often, accused persons walk away at the committal stage for poor police investigation, poor police prosecution. We cannot take back Josepha's life or the life of her friend and the young son who passed away. But what we can demand for, and we ask the leaders of Western Highlands Province, Governor, the provincial government, to please work together to ensure that those suspects are properly investigated and prosecuted.
Christopher further said that despite PNG just celebrated 50 years of independence, many things are not right. He said what happened to their daughter in Mount Hagen reflects the broader breakdown of law and order across the country. Christopher said that from Joseph's maternal side, they share the grief with the family of her friend Tabitha. He said they cannot bring back the two young lives. They stand in unison and to make sure that justice is served and the perpetrators face the consequences of their deeds. The body of late Josepha is still in Mount Hagen, while the family is making arrangements to bring her body to her final resting place in Lae, Morobe Province. Meanwhile, Christopher urged the public to use social media responsibly when sharing or posting information related to the passing of their daughter. He said the family understand that they have no control over what people share online, but urged the public to show respect for fellow human beings and the grieving family who are devastated by the passing of their daughter.
But what we can say is that to those who publish these pictures, to have respect for those who have lost their lives and have respect for us, the families. We are grieving. It is a tragic story. It is in the public domain, but we would ask the public to exercise control and respect. But we do call for respect and restraint. The bodies are still there. They have not been put to rest. There are a lot of issues that are revolving around the deaths. It's subject of a police investigation. And so we would ask for respect and restraint on the use of the images.
You are watching TVWAN News. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby I susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bell mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV eagle long baby. This lutok sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Welcome back. The 2025 to 2026 edition of KCK Regal Rice Cup kicked off today at the Bava Park in Port Moresby with 20 registered teams. Southern Hammers and Omian Spartans made the icebreaker. The Hammers held off the Spartans 14-10 in a thrilling encounter before Guerrero Bulls 3 smashed the United Eagles 12-4 to set the pace of the tournament. 4 matches were played today and another 4 games to be played tomorrow to wrap up the first weekend of Leg 1 of the competition. This is the second successive year of the KCK Regal Rice Cup. After this, 4 more legs will be held before the main event. The winner of this edition walks home with 300,000 kina. Cook Islands are one step closer to advancing in the FIFA Women's World Cup 2027 Oceania qualifiers after a determined 1-0 win over Tahiti at the SIFA Academy. Tahiti dominated possession for most of the match and created several promising opportunities, but a resilient Cook Islands defense kept them at bay. The deadlock was finally broken in the 79th minute when Daniele Casey Poila, who had been pressing relentlessly up front, pounced on the rebound to fire past the keeper and secure the decisive goal.
From kickoff, Tahiti pressed high, moving the ball quickly and testing Cook Islands goalkeeper, Rihanna Pepe. Pepe was exceptional, producing several key saves to keep her team in the match. Up front, Tahiti's Kiani Wong, Charlotte Rodrigue, and Haranui Leng Lee Gai worked tirelessly to find the net, with Wong and Rodrigue taking the majority of the shots, but the Cook Islands defense remained organized and difficult to break down. Cook Islands stayed compact at the back while threatening on the counter-attack. Hari Toila and Dedza Pareta worked hard to win the ball and transitioned it forward, while Roru created multiple chances before finally finding the net. Her persistence and composure under pressure proved decisive as she continued to challenge Tahiti's defense even after initial attempts went down. Tahiti fielded 11 players from the OFC Women's Nations Cup 2025 squad plus 2 under-19 promotions, while Cook Islands welcomed back 15 players from the OFC Women's Nations Cup squad and 1 under-19 inclusion. The teams had previously drawn 1-1 at the OFC Women's Nations Cup 2025, but with higher stakes in this qualifier, Cook Islands showed more composure in key moments. After the break, rain poured onto the pitch, making conditions tricky. Both teams hunted for a breakthrough, with Cook Islands gradually creating better opportunities. Rouru's well-placed crosses and shots kept Tahiti on the edge, while Pepe continued to repel Tahiti's attacks. The decisive moment came when Etherington fired a long-range shot that was deflected, allowing Rouru to pounce and score. With this result, Cook Island move on to face American Samoa, with the winner moving on to round 2 of the FIFA Women's World Cup 2027 Oceania qualifiers, while Tahiti will play Tonga in an international friendly. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 Sports.
And now the weather report. This is a heavy rain and potential flood warning issued by Papua New Guinea National Weather Service for Momase and NGI regions, including Enga, Jiwaka, Southern Islands, Western Highlands and Oro provinces. Heavy rainfall is expected over the mentioned areas within the next 24 hours, particularly from afternoon to evening and overnight, which may cause flash and riverine flooding. Landslides are also likely to occur in prone areas. All residents of the mentioned communities are advised to take necessary precautions during the warning period. And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by